Hey gang, yeah, 3 videos in one day. What a trippy thing. Um, that's because I'm waiting to edit. I'm reluctant to edit all the videos that came off my camera, because I'm going to have to spend hours upon hours because I'm a shithouse video editor. Excuse my French. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing here. This is a long-awaited, long-time delayed, long-time put-off video. I was at one point going to review my silky saws properly. I was going to review a bunch of the knives that I own properly and tell you the stories behind them, and I never did get around to it. So strap yourselves in, this may take a while. This is my current knife collection that I have here. Straight up first, I believe that I may have accidentally left my Gerber strong arm down at Coochin Creek. So if anyone's been down to the Coochin Creek boat ramp and has been watching this, yeah, let me know if you saw it anywhere. I think someone might have found it though by now. It's a pretty decent knife to have. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked all through the ute. I've looked everywhere. No idea where it is. My little buck B500. That I think if you look at my Instagram, you know that I had one of those. That's like the baby brother of the buck. What is it? The 110. Yeah, yes, the 110. The 110 Society. Uncle Randy's. Yeah. I fully blame Pete from Cedric and Arda Gear and Outdoors for sending me down the rabbit hole of knives. I also blame my mate the knife beater and blade centered buggers. You three were probably and Nick Shabazz. Which funny thing was when I first watched the Nick Shabazz review, I thought that he was pretending to be Agent 86 Get Smart, which was a bit embarrassing when I found out that was Nick's accent. But yeah, anyway, so this has got some of my favourite and more expensive folding knives and fixed blade knives inside it. This one's got a whole bunch of different knives in it, but I'll start with the saws, my silky saws. You'll probably gather by the disgusting nature of these things that I do use them quite a bit, especially now that I'm up here in the mountain. This is... No, it's not the first saw I bought. Let me show you. The first silky saw I bought was the big boy. This is the 30 centimeter blade one. Let me see if I can get this open. Here we go. I'll just hook it in there. Open one-handed. So it's got the what is it? It's a 36 centimeter blade, I think, something like that. This is the coarse blade. This is for cutting green timber and stuff like that. Basically, it really rips through the green wood and throws out the chunks quite easy. Over at the ute, I've got a second blade for this, which is a finer blade. I'll show you in a minute on my other pocket boy that I've got. But yeah, this is the big boy. It's a folding saw. Silky saws actually make these right up. They've got the katana. The largest one, I believe, the blade is 1 meter long. You can get a 1/2 meter blade as well. They are arguably probably for felling timber quietly without using a chainsaw. The big boys and the katana boys are pretty much the duck's nuts. I will be showing you a video later once I get it online, but earlier on I showed you that I'd cut down that tree down here. Where am I? Let me point myself in the right direction. and I'll know where I am. Where are we? Down here somewhere. Good, right there. Here we are. So this, I don't know, I think it's about a 15 centimetre green trunk of, I think it's a black bean. It may well be a rogue, it could well be a rogue avocado. But I'm cutting that section down through there because I need to open up that area and get some light through down into here in front of the chook pen, because I intend making a veggie patch down through there, and I need to get as much light as I can through winter onto that veggie patch. I'll grow some tomatoes and probably some lettuce too. It's cold enough to grow lettuce up here, so I might try that, see what happens. Anyway, back to the knife collection. Yeah, so I've used that silky saw to cut a whole bunch of stuff. I had it on an extension and cut the top off that that decaying branch of the avocado. I've done so much gardening out the back anyway with this saw. Just brilliant. Don't smash them up against the side of aluminium trays and stuff like that. I did have a video that I was going to show you the damage that I did to the last blade by trying to cut timber up on the on my tray before I built the canopy and everything on it, and it wasn't pretty. It certainly chewed some of the teeth out. Anyway, I was talking about this. I'm trying to do all this in one take without pausing. Hang on a second, I'm going to pause now. This is the Pocket Boy 170 with the fine teeth on it. This is really good for dry timber. You slice through that, puts a beautiful cut through it. Hang on, I'll show you something. I'll show you the results. So, this one here I think was cut with the, let's get out in the light. This was cut with the bigger sulky. So you can see the grain, the lines of the saw. I think this was cut with the finer saw. It's just a beautiful cut, absolutely beautiful cut. Anyway, so back to that after my tangent. So this is the fine blade on my Pocket Boy 170, which I bought. And then I entered a competition on the Arbor Lab tree care site. They're based down on the south side of Bris Vegas. Lovely people there that run the show, and they know their silky products, and they'd be aghast at the disgusting state of my blade. It's because I've been cutting really sappy timber, like I've been cutting up poinsettias that have got away and a few other sappy type trees, so it's a bit disgusting. It needs a really good clean, but the blade's still good. So anyway, what happened, I entered the competition and I won the Pocket Boy Curve 150 or 15 centimetre blade. So this one has a curved blade like that. Really great for cutting through. I've cut stuff that's nearly as wide as that blade. So yeah, it's a, what is it, a 130, yeah, 13 centimetre blade. You can fold it up like that, fits in your pocket. It's not a big saw, but geez, I tell you what, punches well above its weight. Highly recommend one if you wanted one, if you wanted a decent saw that's going to last you, and will cut almost the the diameter of timber that saw is long. So yeah, anyway, that's me silky saws. And I also wanted this. Let me get it out of here, hang on a second. I also wanted this. This is the silky yoki, specifically for cutting through vine and bamboo. And once again, my apologies to the folks at Arborlab Tree Care. I know, it's disgusting, isn't it? This is the 27 centimetre blade, I believe. I'll be uploading some time lapses of that stuff I did down the hill there, cutting through vine and stuff like that. This thing just rips through it. And yeah, it really, really, really needs a big clean. But that's going to happen. So it comes in this nice, pretty sheath. Hang it off your belt, do what you want to do with it. Next up, okay. My Halterfor's carpenter's axe. The best kindling splitter that I've used in a long time. It's well used. As you can see, I have used this well beyond its design parameters, I think. Splitting some fairly big chunks of hardwood just to prove that it works. And man, seriously, this really does. This cleaves through. You give it a start, it bites in, and you just drive it through. It'll just cut through our Australian timber, no worries at all. Splits it really well, and I can sharpen it up so that I can use it almost like an adze as well. So yeah. Anyway, Swedish Halterfor's carpenter's axe. Love it. Let's go to the next one. My Becker BK2. I paid $30 for this. The sheath was an absolute mess. It was all the tabs and everything were all get the green coppery tinge. It was all mouldy and scungy, so it got a deep bath in vinegar and got scrubbed and cleaned up. So I cleaned all that up, got it sorted. These are still a little bit, I wet these down so I could stretch them, and I've set them up so that I can mount it, because I'm left-handed, left side carry, and it's the only way that those clips will clip up is when it's in left side carry. Yeah, paid $30 for it, got it. The blade itself was an absolute mess. I know, it probably looks like a mess too now, but there was big pieces out of it. I spent a lot of time on this, getting it back together. The back of the blade, as you can see, see those divots and everything. They'd been using a hammer for some reason on the back of it, using it like the pry bar that it is, I guess. So I cleaned it all up. It had that, the original BK2, that black coating, Cerakote or whatever they put on it. I pulled the handles off. I soaked it in acetone, and I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and I got it all off. And what you can see now is the remnants of the coffee patina that I put on it. I dumped it in coffee for a while and put that on instead. I've seen no rust at all come through on it, and I've used this down at the river too in the salt water, and it's lasted really well. There's a little bit of, probably a tiny little bit in there that I can see. I'll pull the handle off later and have another look at it and see how it is, but yeah, it's done me well. For $30 Australian, last time I looked at them, I think they're about 150, 180 bucks. If you want one. Quick tangent. This is my first strop that I made for myself out of an old leather belt. I still use that. It handles well. My original, it's a workshop, but it's the Benchmade branded one, guided workshop stones that I washed in acetone and realised that the rubber seals that held there's usually a ceramic rod runs in there. Yeah, the rubber seals on this end and this end melted, and it's finally put paid to all the angles and everything on here. So I just I'll hand sharpen with these. I'll just pull them off like that and use them by hand. But before we get to the knives that are in this box, yeah, so this is the kit that I bought a little while ago, upgraded from the old jigger there. This is the workshop guided sharpening system. You've got your 17 and 20 degree there. There's also some 25 degree. These pop out like this, and you can flip them over, pop in there, and you've got your 20 degrees. I've got the leather strap on here. I bought the extra stuff, so I've got the extra coarse, which is 220 grit, coarse, which is 320, the fine is 600, extra fine is 800, and then you've got your ceramic doodads there, and the leather strap on it. And this is the one where you pop this out and it'll tilt to the angle if you've got curved blades. You can, when you run down over your sharpening thing, it'll roll with the blade and keep the correct angle for you. But anyway, that's what I use now to sharpen my knives, and they get a pretty decent edge on them. I'm pretty happy with it, and it's easy to carry around for my use. You know, I can't be having these benchtop things and stuff, so this works good. One day I might move to stones, who knows. I bought this little bag from Temu. So I keep all that kit in there. I've got the stones, whatever you want to call them, in there. Keep that one in there with the strap on it, and the other bits and pieces go in this little doodad in here. This is, yeah, anyway. So that's what I do to keep my knife sharp. Righto, so let's open Uncle Randy's treasure box, eh? I threw these back in really quick, so they may not be all in the place they're supposed to be. Let's start from this end. First knife that I ever bought from overseas was the Civivi Praxis. When Civivi released these knives, they were available in the States. We couldn't get them over here in Australia, so I immediately went to Blade HQ, I think it was, and I bought this one. So it's the fawn with the gold inlay. I like the colours. Most beautiful action in the world. Unfortunately, I had cleaned this once, and I had forgotten all about the bearings, and unfortunately my bearings all went rusty because I forgot to oil it after I'd cleaned it, and I'd used an acidic cleaner on it, so the bearings went and died. So not long ago, I was looking on my favourite local knife supplier's website, and they had the Kraton, the practice with the Kraton and the ceramic bearings and everything, and so I had to buy it. So this is my new Praxis, and so it sits in here. I use this, use it quite often. It's yeah, I use that all the time. Probably my most expensive folding knife nowadays is the Benchmade Crooked River. When I bought it some years ago, I think it was $3.50 Australian. Nowadays they're up around the 500 mark. Great knife. Action to die for. It just falls shut. Yeah, love that. Love me big Crooked River. Now, this knife was gifted to me from a YouTuber, and man, I feel really bad because I can't remember his name, but I sent him over some Australian currency because he collected currency, and I sent him over some stuff. So he sent me back this. He sent me back a T-shirt, and a couple of other things. And yeah, this is a beautiful non-locking knife, because he said to me that because of your laws, he figured this might be the safest thing to send over. But it's a beautiful folder, beautiful timber, the Mazarin. I love this thing. That will stay in my collection forever. Another Civivi whose name I can't remember. I bought this because I wanted something with a button lock. I use this quite often too, but I wanted a button lock in my collection. I kind of have a thing about locks. So yeah, it's a nice little jigger. Someone in the comments will tell me what it is, because I can't remember what its name is. It's there on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, so I've got that. Right. And I like the colour. The marine's nice. Then I've got the Clever Girl. The Clever Girl was gifted to me by Pete from Cedric and Ada. I don't know. I've fallen in love with this thing. It's yeah. It's all sorts of, hey, look at me, look at me. But yeah, such a good knife. And it's got the that what's his name lock on it. So it's got another that push button doodad lock. It's like an handle thing inside there that keeps it closed. So it's another unique lock as well. Keep going through the folders. This was another gift from Pete. This is the Civivi Horlin. It's in carbon fiber, G10, and it's pattern welded or Damascus, whichever you wish, but it's not stamped, it's genuine stuff. Yeah, beautiful little knife. Just sits so well in the hand. I've used it too, as you can see. Everything in here, basically, I don't use that very often, but it has been used. Then we've got to have a look at this one. This is Advanced Knife Bros Stump Lifter. When I saw this, I had to have one. And I could afford it at the time, so I bought it. Hang on, let me open it. So, got a nice little blade there. It's not a long blade. It's a handy blade. Stump on the side of it, the gold stump. It's the green scale, is the most essential tool in your kit. And it's what do they call it? Walk and talk is absolutely insane. Beautiful little knife. Heavy as, solidly built, will last a lifetime. My great grandchildren will probably still have this in the days ahead, or years ahead, I should say. I know my granddaughter will definitely have it. And Foolish Pride leather, I got the pouch because she was doing those little doodads on it for me. So yeah, nice. Is this little fella here. This is a Cuterman Vendetta. And the reason I bought it is because it's got a genuine Palanquilla lock on it, which locks a pin under there into that part of the knife so that it can't come apart. I love this thing. It's so svelte. It's so... when it's locked, it's locked. It doesn't go anywhere. And when you open it properly, it's a little bit tricky to get open, but once you get it past that point, it just falls shut. It's a lovely thing. They're because of the lock mechanism, these had to be basically handmade. So of course the knives would come off blanks and they'd be sharpened, but the entire structure of this had to be hand assembled, handmade, hand finished. So they don't make them anymore. You can buy these, but I believe they're just a pressure lock. Yeah, anyway, so that's that one. And another Cuterman that I've got is this one, which is the... hang on, I can't remember what they call them, but it's basically a glorified letter opener. Extremely sharp blade. These are all hand assembled too in brass, and this is cowbone. Quite a beautiful little blade. If you're into that sort of thing, I just like things that are different. Hang on a second. So yeah, when it's open, it's quite a long, slender knife. I will remember what they call them at some point, but yeah, it's just a little quirky thing in me kit. Now, okay. Oh, I've also got the owlbear, my little tiny owlbear. I've been using this little fella a lot too. It's got that classic old Bowie knife type style in a pocket knife with that little tiny kind of lock on it. It's a tiny little thing. Nice little knife. Okay, this is my Rosselli in Woods, 63 HRC or something. I use this for wood carving and stuff like that. It's all they're handmade as well, the entire thing. Beautiful little thing to work with. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, in the Rosselli sheath, I have my Mora original. This is in the laminated steel. If I get it to focus, there we go. You can see if you just look carefully at... oh, hang on, come on me, thank you. You can see the laminate there, that's shiny a bit down the bottom. So that's based on the original Mora knife design. So also I use that for wood carving. That both of those I've only ever had to strop. Unfortunately, they've had some weather on them, some moisture, so I've got to do some work on the leather, clean that up. Then my Falkneran, this is in COS. The Idon in laminated COS. This is the first run of 400. I think they've released a couple more runs now, but yeah, I'm hanging on to that fella. It's one of my favourite knives. I use it too. Use it for wood carving and stuff. Let's go into this other box. Okay, if you're still with me, let's go for a quick run through this stuff, and thank you if you still are. First of all, we'll get rid of my Gollock. This is my British Crocodile brand number 2 Gollop. It's, as you can see, yeah, it gets a lot of use too and gets abused. Unfortunately, it's got a bit of rust I've got to clean up on it. I'll put him over there. This is made in the US, number SO20. Where is it? It's a Columbia knife. Where did I see the name on this thing somewhere? Columbia USA Saber. If anyone knows anything about these things, or whether they're cheapies or what they are, I know the handle's starting to get a little bit wobbly on it, so it's in the process. I'm going to restore it somehow. But yeah, let me know about that. Then I've got me asobi, a Japanese made asobi with 15 layers of blue steel that I allowed to rust, so it's all pitted and everything through here now. I've cleaned it right up. I'm in the process. The reason why I let it sit in the bottom of the toolbox was because I've got these silky oak handles I've been soaking in linseed oil for a while, so I've got to carve them up. They're going to go on the end there. It used to have look at Cedric Anada's channel. I sent it down to him to have a look at. It had the paracord handle, which was really crappy. Anyway, moving on. Winchester, licensed, Chinese made, had a handle on it. Bloke gave it to me, said, can you put a new handle on it? And I said, yeah, I'll get around to it one day. Yeah, but I haven't got around to it yet, so until someone sends me around to it, I can't work on it. Excuse my cough. Okay, the CRKT seaweed. These were serious CRKT got in with veterans and got them to design knives. This is the most solid little chunk of steel that I've ever had in my hand. It's another one from Pete. That is just a solid little chunk of steel, hey? Yeah, definitely made to be used for whatever purpose you see fit. What do they say on that channel? It wheel keel, something like that. Anyway, it's got comes with that sheath and the adjustable, what do they call them things, so you can move it all around, put it wherever you want. I have it like that so that I can mount it there, because I'm left-handed and I can pull it straight out. What are you up to? Oh, the Cuterman pig sticker. This is the large pig sticker. I wrapped it in silicone self-sealing tape because the handle was a little bit too small for me. It's 23 centimeter blade, specifically designed for that. It's for sticking your pig through the heart. What more can I say? I love it. Haven't used it yet, but I will get to use it one day. Nice big sheath. Yeah, good knife. Let's move on. As one of my other YouTuber mates would say, this is the Halterfor's plumber's knife. It's a little short blade like that, and it's got a little file there, so you can round off your PVC pipe and stuff. It's useful. So that's a flash little jigger. Bought that just because I like the idea of it. So that's there. And I've got my Halterfor's heavy duty knife. I've given a bunch of these away. They're little chunky, solid handle, can't kill them, can't break them. Beat them to death and then sharpen them up, and they'll come back just as good as new. And for I think about $15, you can't go wrong. Buy one of them. Or you can use I've got the Mora. I think this is the companion, the heavy duty companion or something. I can't remember. But yeah, it's much similar to that, just as robust. As you can see, I've abused it. I need to clean all these knives up. This is the one that I cleaned one side up. I did a video, I can't remember, I think I uploaded it. So I cleaned this side up and left that side gungy, so I've got to clean that side up too. I'll do that tomorrow. Moving on. A little Higanakami, which also needs to be cleaned up. Shocking. I feel terrible. Yeah, that little fella. Got me Gerber Moments set. This has got the little caping knife. And the skinner with the gutter. The dogs are going off. And the skinner with the gut hook. Sorry about the dogs. Alright. If you're still with me, very quickly, me Gerber number 8 black, which is limited edition. Number 7 up in Allen Carbon, number 6 up in Allen Carbon, number 7 up in Allen Carbon, number 10 in stainless, up in Allen number 13, which is 13-inch blade. I've got to sort these dogs out, sorry guys. That's me ferro rod with my own homemade handle. Made that myself with sandpaper and a knife and linseed oil. Anyway, dogs have quietened down. Yeah, so anyway, if you're still with me, that's my collection done and dusted at the moment. I've got another couple of knives somewhere, but I can't remember where they are. But yeah, if you watched all this way, thank you so much for sitting through 37 minutes of geekness.